What's up, everybody? Three and a possible. Little delayed week here. We tried to record an episode last week, just Devion and I, but we had some technical issues, which we hope won't happen this time. And we were missing Joe. We really like the topics, so we're carrying over our favorite topics from the show that could have been, getting all three of us back here together. So, fellas, how we doing?
I'm doing well.
All right, Joe got his big promotion. Joe got his big promotion done at a 590 The Fan, now producing the biggest sports talk show in the St. Louis area. Shout out to you, Joe. Congrats,
Yes,
buddy.
sir.
He about to celebrate him and his stepkids
In
today.
the new Monday through Friday. Hell no. Yeah.
10 to noon, Monday through Friday, Frank Cusimano show. All right, guys. So we're gonna do some news. We got all-star starters that we need to discuss. Were there some snubs? Do we want to change the process? We'll get into all of that, and then we got a couple rounds of start, sit, cut that I think will be. I think they'll be pretty fun. So let's start with some news. So let's start with you guys, Lakers. Your Lakers are a whole mess right now. So a few weeks ago, Russ got benched. A couple weeks ago, Russ got benched against the Pacers. Last 4 minutes of the game, he had been struggling, turnovers, missing a lot of shots. You can at least say since his benching, he's been shooting more efficiently. Turnovers, that's kind of still a game-by-game basis with Russ, which honestly it always has been. But the good news for the Lakers, hopefully good news, should be good news, is AD did come back against the game against the 76ers that LeBron sat out. And AD put up 33 points, I want to say, some blocks, 12 rebounds. Looked, and was actually playing inside, was playing like a big man. I think, a lot of what we wanted to see from Anthony Davis all the time. Now we'll see how that lasts. And he did then again get hurt in that game. He's nursing now. I think, is it a wrist? I think it's a wrist injury. So hopefully not.
Yeah.
Hopefully not too serious. But I just need to get a state of the affairs from my resident Laker fans. Joe, I'm going to start with you. First, kind of tell me about the whole Russ situation and how you read it. What are your thoughts? What needs to happen with Russell Westbrook, and then kind of carry into what you think about AD coming back.
Man, if you're Frank Vogel and I'm telling Russell Westbrook, it's the fourth quarter, I'm telling you, force the player to go left. And you do the exact opposite of what I tell you, I got to bench you. I got to make a point. Yo, you playing ass all season long. I'm at least need to have effort. If I don't get the effort, then I think Frank Vogel had every right to sit his ass. And I don't think it should be an issue whatsoever. I like the fact that they benched him. They need to bring some other people in there and make him earn them minutes. Maybe that'll make him slow down and turn the ball over less because he is just not playing well this season. And it is what it is. And it don't matter if Anthony Davis is healthy. If Anthony Davis is healthy, no one really cares what Westbrook's going to do because Anthony Davis in his last 2 games has proven that he changed the whole dynamic of that team. I think sitting out and seeing LeBron dominate at his position, Anthony Davis realized, if I can do that, then we straight. We set. I'm tired of hearing Shaq and other people calling me out saying that I'm not playing well. I think that's actually going to make him want to play well. We'll see if it's going to be consistent or not. I doubt he'll be consistent with it, but if he is, the Lakers still got a chance. I'm telling you. If they get this together and they stay healthy, they got a chance.
Devion?
We've been saying that for months now, bro. It's looking bad for us. Oh, man. I don't want him to be, I'm a Westbrook fan, so I don't want him to be benched, but, as a Lakers fan, it's at that point, it's just shout out to Bo for having those type of nuts to actually bench a player like that, So I think he needs to do it because, he needs a wake-up call, man. How are you fucking up like this? And what did I say? What was it? I was going to take a look how many shots this dude hit the backboard, the top of the backboard, air balls, and you know what I'm saying? It's just how do you forget
so bad
how to do a bank shot? You forcing shit. It's just damn, bro, you got some personal problems going on. You need to take a week off. I'm damn, bro, it's just he's too good for him not to figure this shit out. And And like I said before, like he can be like he's at his best right now when he slashes and they just run a gun. He slashes, but he's not doing that for every fucking play. So now he can't create his own shot no more. He's not the triple double king anymore. He's
He
still
could be.
gonna take. Yeah, he could be, but he's not. That's my problem. That's the problem. I'm like, damn, like you don't
Well,
gotta
but
score
the
30
the
points.
can't be is because of
Yeah, because
where he's
LeBron.
playing. Yeah, you got LeBron.
Yeah.
So in
So
order for Russell to do that, you'd
yeah,
have to take the ball out of LeBron's hands,
yeah, and it's
which
not
is
gonna
why
happen.
before the season, why I said this was a really stupid fit.
Facts.
Like it just didn't make sense. This is why they should have just traded Kuzma for Buddy Hield, like they had an agreement to do. That's what they should have done because Buddy Hield would have made more of an impact, or at least would have fit better on the team.
Because he would
Now,
hit everything we needed to hit, shooting everything, and that's the thing about Russ. Like, bro, if you ain't gonna be slashing all day, you don't got no jump shot. So now, and that's the one thing we are
Bricklayer.
missing. We don't have a jump shot. So it's just
well,
like
and another thing, like, so the way you want to build a team around Russell Westbrook is very similar to how you want to build a team around LeBron, right? Like, you
facts.
need shooters around them.
That's it.
So you
All
open
day.
up the paint for those guys. And
Bang,
so like
bang.
that's another thing that's hurting Russ is like this is a terrible situation for Russ because he's clearly lost some of his athleticism after all the surgeries and plus just getting older. Like he's just not the same athlete that he once was. So he can't explode to the rim on a consistent basis. Like we saw a few weeks ago out of nowhere he decided he was going to try and end somebody's life at the rim when he dunked all over somebody, right? And then he got teed up after celebrating. But
yeah, I like that one. Yeah, looked at him.
But the thing is, like Russ. But now, when Russ is driving, when they play smart teams, like I saw you guys playing. You played the Heat last Sunday. The Heat are going to play a smart defensive game plan. They said, "All right, yeah, kick it out to all those shooters. That's fine."
Yeah,
And so Russ is trying to score over 2-3 people at the rim,
that'll
and
happen.
he's 6'3". He's not overly tall, and now that he's lost the athleticism, he's having a harder time finishing. He's shooting like 56% around the rim, which is that's
His
pretty
bread
low.
and butter.
That's pretty low for somebody finishing around the rim. So I do want to throw this out there, and I get it. They're taking different shots, but Russell Westbrook is shooting a higher percentage from the field than James Harden, Jayson Tatum, Damian Lillard. There was like 4 or 5 people of that kind of caliber.
That's
Steph,
pathetic.
that kind of caliber. That I'm just saying, like people are clowning Russ. What I don't like about the whole situation is how Russ is, I think, getting disproportionately blamed for their struggles than any other star is getting blamed for their team struggles or the Lakers' own issues. Like Russell Westbrook is not the lone issue of the Lakers. Rob Pelinka,
it's easy to do though when he has
or
9
LeBron.
Yeah, he's just
but like part of the turnover issue was also roster construction because he's still trying to drive.
Right.
He's not trying to shoot as many jump shots, but he's got more people being able to get their hands on him and hands on the ball when he's driving. So it's all tied together.
And he got fucking Wayne.
If this was LeBron and AD, because reports that I saw were saying that LeBron and AD were the ones that said no, make the trade for Russ, not Buddy Hield. That's how I read. That's what I read from. I don't know how plugged in those people are, but if that's the case, then they got to shoulder some of that because y'all need to figure it the fuck out. Then, like Anthony Davis, you can't say, okay, let's go get Russ, and then decide you're gonna. I mean, obviously he's not trying to, but then you can't have a 16%, 3-point field goal percentage. Like you can't do that. Like you got to be a floor spacer at times, or at least a threat to space the floor. So it's a whole lot of issues, a lot of blame to go around. Moral of the story, though, I think using Russ and LeBron in pick and roll situations, both handling the ball, will be fine. No, I've seen it work. I've seen it.
But I was saying like that's the only thing that's gonna work.
You got to use those two together. They got to be a threat together. I think I like it a little more with Russ being the ball handler, just because I don't know that teams are going to react as hard to Russ rolling as LeBron rolling, but you got to put pressure on teams that are like, oh shit, make them think just for a split second to get one of those guys able to go downhill. I think that's how you maximize.
Let me ask you a question on that because what you just said, that might be the fucking answer to him. Honestly, and it sucks that I probably have to say this, but it's just like for it to actually work for him, when you think Russ would have to have the ball in his hand more and LeBron would have to be more off ball because he can actually do it a lot more. And he showed us when he went in the paint and doing certain things. It's just like he's more versatile. Like if he gets the ball out of his hand more and into Russ's, that's gonna build confidence. It'll be a lot better for.
It's not even about Russ's
No.
confidence. Like LeBron is just purely a better off-ball player than Russell Westbrook is.
Hands, it's not even close.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
He shoots the three better than Westbrook. He slashes better. Like he just everything that you need someone to play off the ball, he does much better than
Post
Russell
up
Westbrook.
better.
Now maybe this is all part of LeBron's big scheme of
Why
like
doesn't
finally
Westbrook
getting
post
off
up
the
more?
ball.
Come on, I don't understand that part.
Yeah,
Please.
that's a good question.
Rock the baby on these fools. Like I don't know. That's a great question.
Seriously.
That's a lot we ask for. Like we are asking a lot for people to do in one season to figure it out, but they can do it though. That's why we got
here's
them
my
here.
here's
You know what I'm
my
saying?
like here's my glimmer
They're
of hope for you.
superstars. They better be
Lakers.
able to
You're
do it.
Lakers.
Yeah, facts. So that's why I was like, yeah, you got me.
But here's a glimmer of hope.
Facts.
Russell Westbrook's teams that he's been on, he's been changing teams a lot lately. When he was on the Rockets, they started slow, and then about February,
Yeah.
took off. Last year, the Wizards started real slow. February kind of took off. So,
Yeah.
and before the Charlotte game and before the Philly game, I think Russ played okay in Philly, but
It was cool.
he led a good comeback last night too. Like he just took a really stupid fucking shot to try and win the game at the end. But
Ooh.
he was starting to play a little better after the benching. Like he had started playing more efficiently. I thought he had played a little better post benching. So maybe it's starting to figure itself out. And once you get LeBron, AD, and Russ all back out there, maybe that's when you guys can take off. But let's move on. Let's move on to the East. Giannis. See, I like you, Giannis, but I don't know why you have to do this. Giannis, what seemed unprovoked to me, decided to offer up that he blamed their loss in the playoffs a couple years ago to the bubble when he lost to my Heat. He blamed it was the bubble, and he thinks in normal circumstances they would have beat the Heat. And then kind of keying at like, yeah, see, last year when it wasn't in the bubble, we swept the Heat. And I was like, well, okay. Drew Holiday kind of made quite a bit of a difference there. But it gets to a bigger question because people have also said this about your Lakers, that it was like kind of a fraudulent championship because they won it in the bubble and all these different things. So I want your guys' take on what Giannis said. He was basically saying like the bubble was made for the Heat or something, and like gave them some advantage. Joe, give me your thoughts on Giannis. I really don't want to hate him, but I didn't like this.
Yeah, this is pointless in my opinion. I don't even know why he brought it up whatsoever. Because then we can you calling championships fraudulent. Now we can go to you and we can nitpick you. This is the NBA, bro. This is the NBA. We love drama. We'll nitpick you because you was a toe on the line away from losing to the Brooklyn Nets, and all they had was KD and a fat, slow, hamstring hurting James Harden. And you was down 2-0 against the Phoenix Suns in the finals, and then Sarge got hurt, so then they didn't have enough big men to help guard you. So I'm just saying, if we can break this down if you really want to. So he should be a little careful because if he don't get it done this year, people going to hop on him and say, well, your championship was a little fraudulent too because a lot of people got injured, and it made it a lot easier for you to go through that East and win the championship. So he better be careful. He lucky he's Giannis and people like him.
Yeah. It's crybaby ass. That boy bitching. How you gonna complain about the bubble? Like you got you literally have the perfect situation as a basketball player to thrive. No distractions, same place. The only thing you gotta worry about is basketball. Don't get mad because Miami Heat was built for and y'all fumbled. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's all it come down to. I'm like, bro, show your whole ass up. You're like one of the top players in the nation, well, in the country, in the world. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? So why are you complaining about something that these people capitalize on when you literally capitalize on all of everybody's pitfalls last year? Like, don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, just use that as fuel that you lost. You know what I'm saying? Y'all suck. Miami was better than y'all every year until last year when y'all won the championship. Miami was clearly better than that. They could not beat Miami. They could not figure them out. So you can't get mad at somebody who a grind and grit team that were able to rest and thrive, and then y'all messed up. They had a perfect opportunity to do it too, and they messed up. So don't bring up the past, like, you know what I'm saying? Because like Joe said, if you want to nitpick, we can really go there. We can especially with you.
Do it.
Like, we can really go there. You know what I'm saying? But take your W and leave the past alone, bro.
Right. Okay. So I got plenty to say about this one. So first of all, you won last year. So just like all he had to say was, I don't know if he was asked or whatever, but all he had to say was, yeah, they had a really good game plan. We learned a lot in the offseason, came back stronger, made some moves, and then we broke through and got our championship. And everyone be like, okay, cool. Good answer, Giannis.
Bingo.
And that's the truth of it all. Like they went and got Drew Holiday. They went and got PJ Tucker, right? Like they made those moves because of what happened to them in the bubble. It wasn't because the bubble was fluky. So here's some statistics to show Giannis how dumb he is. So Jimmy Butler in the regular season before the bubble was averaging 20 points a game, 8 rebounds, and 5 assists. In the bubble, Jimmy Butler averaged 20 points a game, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists. So he got an extra assist in the bubble. He did that on 50% shooting in the bubble versus 48% shooting in the regular season. He was the same fucking player. He was the same fucking player. Tyler Hero shot actually 1 percentage point worse from 3 in the bubble than he did before the bubble. It's just people didn't know about Tyler Hero and Duncan Robinson. That was the thing. The national media found out about those boys in the bubble because that's all we had to watch, right?
Yep.
So the issue was that the Bucks didn't learn how. Apparently, Mike Budenholzer didn't learn how to make in-game adjustments in the playoffs until last year's postseason against Brooklyn.
Still doesn't.
That's what caused them to lose. They were good last shot. I like it. I'm not gonna. It's what he should have been doing for a long time. I was begging him to do for a very long time. But it took a long. It took desperation to do. Like it really wasn't in game. It was like game to game, which is a step up from Mike Budenholzer. All right. Exactly. Third, if we really want to talk about fluky championships, if you look at it, okay, so 2 years ago, right? The Heat played the Lakers. The next year, the Lakers and the Heat made the playoffs, right? Like they both at least made the playoffs, and were the Lakers without injury before injuries were like right around the same seed they were the year before. How about this year? Who did the Bucks play in the Eastern Conference Finals? The fucking Hawks. Where are the Hawks right now? They're not even in the goddamn play-in tournament. Mm-hmm. With the same fucking team, minus them just shipping out Cam Reddish.
Yeah.
So which one was flukier? Like, what's flukier? The Heat beating the Bucks, the Celtics, and the Pacers 2 years ago, or the Bucks beating the Heat, then the Nets, which you pointed out, toeing the line, could have sent them home. And then the fucking Hawks the Hawks in the Eastern Oh my God, the Hawks in the Eastern Conference Finals. And I said I was going to respect
the Hawks them, so bad,
but now see they just keep so fucking bad. Me over. Like they just whatever I say, they're going to do the opposite. So they're probably going to win like 15 in a row. But whatever. So at the end of the day, Giannis,
they traded Cam Reddish.
Come on, bro, give it up. A little better. Maybe less distraction, but Giannis, just it's okay. You lost. You overcame. Y'all won. Now do it again this year.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that to me.
Funny.
All right, let's talk about a player that I think is like a 3 and a possible kind of favorite. I think we all kind of pull for Boogie. Cousins is signing a second. Joe, you found it. So he's signing a second 10-day contract with the Denver Nuggets. Been playing well wherever he seems to fucking go. I don't know why he doesn't stay on a team for longer. But Joe, do you have any quick reaction to Boogie getting another shot in Denver?
Hey, oh man, heck yeah! I'm happy for him, man, because he was a dominant when he was with New Orleans, and it was him and AD. They had a good thing going. He was playing well, and it looked like he could still be that dominant player. But it sucks with all that injuries. It's just gonna take him time to get back, and these 10-day contracts may actually help him and motivate him to stay in shape and try to work on his craft because I think he's still got some ability. It's just going to be all about his endurance and his ability to play back to backs because you can put him out there. You just can't. You got to. I just don't think he has that offense no more. If he can find a way to focus on defense and rebounds, he'll be in the league way longer. But if he still think he's that type of player that can be the number 1 or 2 option offensively, then I just think it's not going to work. This 10-day contract will be nice for this year, but then you won't be seeing much of him again.
Devion?
Yeah, what is it? I believe he might be the first player ever to play for every team in the NBA. So, like, I like, bro. I just don't get it. Like, he plays well. Like, literally, he plays well. Um, obviously, he's not like a 20-10 player anymore, but at nights he can get you 15-8. He can be a 10-6 player, which is better than half the people's rosters, anyways. And he's gonna beat you up. Don't care about getting in your head. It's just like a grind and grit player. So I'm like, I'm happy he's with Denver because I wasn't too sold on it, like with like how it worked with Denver. But I know it could work because of like New Orleans. But I just didn't know like how late in his career if he can stay healthy long enough because he has these stints where he'll be cool, then he gets a little injured, and it might be a weight problem, like you said. It could be a weight problem where he needs to like lose some weight, or people, feel a certain type of way. Like, how long will we get him before he gets hurt? Because I think he deserves a roster spot. With half these bum ass dudes that's out here, like he can get a contract. Like, it don't even have to be that long. It'd be a year contract. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully Denver brings. I hope he can find some team to stick with something like, man, because he is good enough to still be in the NBA and be on the roster. And in the playoff time, especially in the playoff times, like he's gonna be very helpful, especially when people are dealing with injuries and some of those games you might have to rest your big time players just for a short run. Throw him out there, he extra body, he gonna bang you up. He don't care about fucking the other team up at all. He don't care about getting a text. Like, you need that. So I don't know. I think he's just down on his luck. Shouldn't have gave up that dumbass contract. Shouldn't have did that shit with your contract. It's karma now. When he did that dumbass thing with his contract, lost it, and then gave it up to go sign with the fucking Warriors, and then he ain't made $1 million a year since. Like,
yeah,
just
I think
dumb.
the thing, I don't really understand the thing with Boogie, like, because my way thing is like I don't personally want him on the Miami Heat because he doesn't really fit with how the Miami Heat defend and like his role. Like, you need someone that's a little
would
more
not accept DeMarcus
agile. Like,
anyway.
that's just
Bad, wrong
might.
fit, terrible. I don't think either he gonna really get him together.
My thing is like Milwaukee, right? Like, you use Brook Lopez as your center. Brook Lopez, you use him to, kind of space the floor, rebound, and defend the interior. DeMarcus Cousins can do that. So, like, being like a backup to Brook Lopez seems like a fine fit to me. Like, I know they already have Bobby Portis, and like I'm fine.
Yeah.
Like, it seemed like they were using him more as just like a kind of placeholder for when Brook was hurt, like with Brook's injury. But I don't even think Brook's back yet. So like that's why I was kind of confused that they let him go. And then I think Denver's another good fit because like the way Jokic plays, like DeMarcus Cousins can play the exact same way. Like, DeMarcus Cousins has forever been an underrated passer, like very good passing big man. So he can do a lot of this. He's got a very similar skill set to Jokic. So obviously he can't quite do it like Jokic anymore, but I think he should land. I think that'd be a solid spot for him to land for the rest of the year. I don't know if they're just going to have to manipulate their roster because of all these different exceptions with COVID and all those different things. So I don't know if that's kind of the hang up. But the only other thing I can think of is like maybe teams are worried like when they got to the playoffs and rotation shortened, they think Boogie would be left out and then he wouldn't handle that well. I don't know. I'm really grasping at straws on why he hasn't landed somewhere more full time. But let's move on to the biggest news of this past week. The All-Star starters were announced, and I want to know if you guys think anybody got snubbed or anybody doesn't belong. I think I know one that we'll all agree on. But so first, let's start with the East. I think the East is a little more agreeable. So the East starters are going to be Trae Young, Kevin Durant, Giannis, DeMar DeRozan, Joel Embiid. KD is the captain from the East, so he'll be getting the pick from both sides. Any issues with the starters in the East? Joe, you can go first.
No problems whatsoever. I mean, I know Trae Young's not winning right now, but he's still playing lights out. I mean, the record sucks, but I don't want to hear no noise about Darius Garland should get that spot over Trae Young. I know the All-Star game in Cleveland, but come on, bro. That ain't star. This is the All-Star game. We want to see stars. We want to see superstars. Darius Garland's not a star or a superstar yet.
Yeah.
He a role player that's playing nice this year. Relax. Nobody wants to see that. So I don't have no problem with anything on there.
All right,
They're stars, and they deserve to be there.
This boy bogus.
Darius Garland's not just a role player playing well. This man was picked fourth in the draft for a reason and has been balling. But Devion, go ahead.
Role player playing well.
Yeah, we ain't gonna say that. Yeah, I ain't gonna say all that, Joe. But dude,
he's a young budding star.
Yeah. Let me see this. Nah, I'm cool with this, and I'm happy DeMar made it. Now I would have been pissed if he didn't make it.
Yeah.
So, but nah, East got it right. But we know who didn't get it right. So
I'm gonna say the East got it a little wrong. I don't think Trae Young should be starting. I think he's a lot of empty calories, empty stats. Not mad at him starting. Like, I'm fine with it. Like, I'm not angry with it. But I think Zach LaVine should have started over him. Like, LaVine's been putting up pretty much just as good numbers and is actually winning.
I'm okay with that.
So
that's I can't get mad at that.
That's my one critique. Like, I'm fine with Trae Young because I think Trae Young is probably better than Zach LaVine. But I just think you should reward winning at some point when it's close. But yeah. I mean, Garland, I think, will make the All-Star team as a reserve. I don't think he should be starting either, but he's a fucking star, Joe. He's a budding star. He's not a goddamn role player. But all right, let's go to the West.
Man, I've seen players
this is where it gets interesting.
Year ball out, and then the third year, when everybody figures them out, they ain't shit.
This dude's such a hater.
Boy, want to see him fail.
Right.
On his downfall.
Ja Morant, Steph Curry, Andrew Wiggins, LeBron, and Jokic are starting for the West. LeBron is the captain. He'll be the captain for the game in Cleveland, so that's kind of cool. There's kind of one guy on here that's not quite like the others. So, Joe, just start us off.
Bruh. The fans are bogus as fuck for this one, bro. Like, really, Andrew Wiggins? Like, I get he's playing well and better than we ever thought he will play. Because this, to me, it says more about Steve Kerr than it does Andrew Wiggins. Because Steve Kerr and that organization has found a way to make Andrew Wiggins work. But this dude is not no starting all-star. I'll be okay with him being on the reserve, but y'all got him starting. This is why people don't like Golden State, because they fans wild as hell for this one. How the hell did he get so many votes that he was even considered in this situation? I mean, I get how we're going to get into it, how the structure of the voting works and who they vote into the All-Star game. But this is fucking wild. This is insane. So how does it make no goddamn sense?
I thought this was a joke. This boy Wiggins. It's only one person I know who probably happy about that, and that's our homie. That's the only dude I know who'll be happy. They need to go fix this, bro. Because literally, you look at everybody else, if they just make one adjustment, I can look at everybody on reserves, anything that should be starting over him. Like, literally.
All right, so you guys want to know why Andrew Wiggins ended up in third in the voting? You guys want to know the reason? I got the reason for you. I don't know if you guys are familiar with K-pop, like the Korean pop stars, and like how crazy they go on social media. Well, one of the leading K-pop, like one of the biggest K-pop stars, decided they were going to make it their sole purpose in life, apparently, to get Andrew Wiggins starting in the All-Star game. So they put out a post, like, oh, if you retweet this, then double votes or he gets votes. Single post like that's what did it, man.
That's lame, bro.
Starting in the All-Star
Bro,
game.
that's so lame. If I was Andrew Wiggins, I wouldn't even want that All-Star start. I'm like, bro, what? A whole bunch of teenage girls voting for me? Come on, man. That's ridiculous.
They don't even watch it. They trying to win free tickets. Free concert tickets, man. Man.
That's why he ended up third in the fan voting. Again, I think we all agree he's an all-star this year. Like, he deserves to be an all-star with some of the injuries. But it is really interesting. I don't know if this has ever happened before. Maybe it has. But both teams that are in first place in both conferences, no starters from those teams. Like, no Suns are starting and no Heat are starting. Which the Heat make a little more sense with all the injuries. But the Suns, like, no Chris Paul, no Devin Booker. And when you really think about it, like, the way it's constructed, I'm not mad about it. Because, like, there's no way in hell you're starting either one of them over Steph or Ja. And the way that it's set up right now, you only get two from the backcourt. So, like, sorry.
They need to change that, bro. Like, I was mad.
So we talked about this before the show, and I want to get your guys' more full reaction and thoughts to it. I think they should do...
Oh, bro.
Facts.
Sorry. I was about to say that. I was like, at least Rudy ain't starting. Because if he was starting...
I mean, he honestly probably deserves it more than Wiggins does, to be honest.
Fuck him.
But,
like, they're both boo-boo.
A little bit.
Hey, I'd be happy if neither one of them was on the list. I wouldn't lose.
All right, so here's what I'm kind of suggesting to maybe fix this, because the 2 and the 3 are so interchangeable in the NBA right now. It doesn't really make sense that, like, a guy like Devin Booker can't start because John Morant and Curry are playing so well, but then a Wiggins can start. Like, those two could play the same position. So my suggestion would be you only need 2 front court, 2 back court, and then the next leading vote getter gets the 5th spot, because you could just change them so easily. You could easily make a starting 5. We want to see just fun basketball at the end of the day. So give us the stars. Joe, what do you think? Better situation than we got right now, or you think you're still going to have the same issues?
I think you're going to have the same issues. In my opinion, I think you should just be like, okay, you need a big man. Consider you got to have one big man, and then everybody else, whoever's the top 4, that's your 4, and then that 5, you got one big man no matter what, because you got to have a big man. Because it would be real shitty if you had all guards and then the other team, like in the East, they would have so many power forwards and small forwards, and then in the West, it would be all guards. So you got to have at least one big man in that situation, and I'd be cool with that. But
if they're doing a draft, though, it really wouldn't matter.
It's too talented in certain spots. Yeah. But do they really do the draft? The draft is for, like, well, I mean, I guess they do a draft. You're right. I don't know.
Yeah, like LeBron.
All-Star game really don't matter then like that. Like, I guess it matters for your legacy. It matters for your legacy. That's about it. Yeah, you're right. Don't really matter.
Well, and some, like,
it's cool. It's the All-Star game. Do people really care about it that much anymore?
Get paid if they make the All-Star game. But...
That's true.
I know. I
forgot about that.
No,
that's
really.
fair.
I still want to go to an All-Star game. I don't care. That's about the only thing I care about.
So you just want to go for the hose.
Yeah, you're right, but still. Man, All-Star weekend.
Bro, strippers playing all year long for the NBA All-Star weekend. Come on now.
Hey, so got a little bit of money now. Hey. You know? But yeah, I'm cool with that. Like, just one big man and extend it out, because it's like, bro, I'm trying not to sound like no hater, bro. Like, with him, like, cool, he got it. Nobody expected Wiggins to ever make a fucking All-Star game. But yeah, bro, they gotta change this, bro. First Rudy, now this. I can't stomach this, bro. Like, at this point, it's just like, damn, bro, just don't worry about who's from the East or the West. Just start picking. I'd rather that than this shit.
I like that.
Try that out, man. Like, Yeah, but this boy. Hey, shout out to that K-pop star though, bro. That's player though. I ain't gonna lie. That's player. Andrew
Low key,
Wiggins,
low
you
key
better
is.
capitalize on this and start doing some branding and come out with some T-shirts and stuff and go get some
Right.
jersey sales from this. You better capitalize on this because
Walk
that
out to
boy
a
did that for
concert,
you.
something.
You heard me, bro? I'm talking about all the you better come out to that K-pop song.
Shit.
Man,
All right, y'all ready for some start sit cut?
Yes, sir. Yeah, this one kind of tough. So.
All right, so the first one, Joe, you're gonna go first. This first one is Jayson Tatum, Devin Booker, and Zach LaVine. The thinking for me on this one was let's get some guys that are still young, kind of budding, kind of coming into their own. They're all scorers, but they haven't quite accomplished. I feel like a lot yet to where they necessarily kind of where their status seems to go. Like people talk about these guys in very big, oh, this is a top 10 player, top this player, but they haven't won anything yet. Booker came close last year, but Tatum's gone to an Eastern Conference Finals. LaVine's finally winning some games this year, so I think they're all kind of in the same kind of category. So Joe,
and this is
let me
right
hear yours.
now, right? No projections. Right now.
No projections. Right now.
Right.
Man, all right. See, look, Jayson Tatum having a terrible last year though, but I'm starting Jayson Tatum because I done seen him lead a team to the Eastern Conference Finals by himself. I seen him do it, so I'm starting Jayson Tatum because I know he can. I know he ain't playing good this year. Yes, by himself. Jaylen Brown, whatever. But I seen the potential and the peak of Jayson Tatum. So I'm gonna start Jayson Tatum, and I'm gonna sit Devin Booker, and I'm gonna sit Devin Booker for one reason, and it may not be a fair slight, but before he got Chris Paul, everybody was saying,
they didn't go to
Devin Booker has that potential, but he hasn't really got there. Well, that too, that helped, but he didn't quite get there. So until Chris Paul got there, so I just don't know. Without that, if Chris Paul wasn't there, would the Phoenix Suns be doing what they doing? Like I know Devin Booker could drop 40, but he ain't gonna do it consistently. Jayson Tatum could drop 40, 50. He don't do it consistently either. But I've seen Jayson Tatum be able to play and win without a point guard. So that's why I'm starting Jayson Tatum, and I'm sitting Devin Booker, and then I'm cutting Zach LaVine. Like, yeah, you looking good this year, but your potential not that good to me. Like, I know you can put up 40, but you all right to me. Zach LaVine potential is
right now,
This the best he gonna get. And I'm talking about right now. This the best he gonna get. So I'm Jayson Tatum, Devin Booker, Zach LaVine, you out of here.
Talk some sense into this, man.
Boy, I am cutting Jayson Tatum. What are you talking about? He did it by himself. Like Jaylen Brown, when they start having issues with Jaylen Brown or any type of issue, the Boston Celtics start sucking. Like Jayson Tatum is good, but he cannot win on his own. He's not built like that. He's a one-on-one player.
Ain't nobody can win.
He really is. He's a one-on-one player.
I get it.
Yeah, Dirk did, but that's a different story. Dirk did a little bit better than most people, but that's the difference. But Jayson Tatum, bro, Jayson Tatum ain't doing shit. Yeah, he got a solid team, but he was only superstar.
I'll tell you this right now: Jaylen Brown is better than anybody that was on Dirk's team that won that first
not even
year
close.
Miami victory. Way better.
Not even close.
That's fair.
Not even close. Jayson Tatum is getting cut this year because he that's what I'm saying. He's pretty much been the same player throughout the whole extent of his career right now. And they've got him worse every year. They peaked and got worse. Like the only thing they got is Jaylen Brown and him. Jaylen Brown.
All right, Mr. Negative. Who the fuck are you starting? Jesus Christ! You spent all this time. I mean, Jesus.
Because I fucking hate Boston, and this nigga gonna say some starting Jayson Tatum for that. Man, fuck Jason. No, I don't fuck Jason Tatum, but still.
Hell yeah. CCP, baby. SeaWorld. SeaWorld.
Fuck that dude. I'm starting D-Book, and I am sitting Zach LaVine, and I'm cutting Jayson Tatum, and Book and Zach, that's literally a coin flip to me. Like literally, that's literally a coin flip. Book and them was just doing better right now, and that's it. Like Zach LaVine, they're like this to me right now this season. So those two. I'll take my chance on them right now. Tatum, boo.
This is the most variety I think we've ever had in one of these. This is great.
Yeah, boo.
All right, I'm
About
starting
time.
Zach LaVine, sitting Booker, and cutting the fuck out of Jayson Tatum. I'm sorry. Jayson Tatum just he wants to be Kobe, but doesn't understand how Kobe actually operated within a game. He just sees the tough shots that Kobe made and wants to emulate
Big facts.
those types of styles. We don't understand how to win. So that's my issue with Jayson Tatum. He doesn't play make. So basically, if he's just going to take a bunch of really
Fair.
stupid shots and not really fit in with a team, I'm cutting him. Now, I'm kind of with you, Devion. I'm really close on Booker and LaVine, and I've gone back and forth on both of them. I'm starting LaVine, I think, because he's a better playmaker. I think that's it. And at the end of the day, it's because right now, and I think I like Booker's like scoring ability a little more, but I think what's really impressed me about LaVine this year is how quickly he was able to fit in with all those new pieces and contribute to winning. And at the end of the day, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to win. It's not about who's going to have the highest, single game point total. It's about winning basketball games. And like Joe said, Devin Booker just started winning when CP got there. So, and they took a little more time to kind of gel last year, whereas the Bulls just hit the ground running. So I'm going slight edge to LaVine to start him, sit Booker, and cutting Tatum. Now, Joe, this one's especially for you. I really wanted to include one of your favorite players.
I know you do.
Had to make it a little fun. But this is like our sixth man of the year edition. So
why don't you
you're
put
starting
Patty Mills on
a
there
bench
then?
player. It's kind of weird, but that's what I was thinking about putting on there. But I was looking at the numbers, and like the numbers were just like, wow, Patty Mills fucking sucks compared to these other guys. So I didn't do it. So here we go. 6 Man of the Year edition. You're still starting the best one. Tyler Hero, Kelly Oubre, and Jordan Clarkson. So Jordan Clarkson won it last year. Kelly Oubre had kind of struggled last year, but is putting up really good numbers for the Hornets. And Tyler Hero is the second leading scorer on the Miami Heat, who are in first place. So start, sit, cut. 6 Man of the Year edition. Joe, give me your order.
See, you wrong for this because I had to start the St. Louis dude on the last one, and then on this one, I'm gonna have to cut the St. Louis dude right off the bat. Kelly Oubre got to go. He showed flashes. Nah, dude got some bounce every now and then. He got some bounce, and I'm like, he getting drug tested after this game, but his consistency is ass. Bro, got to go. I can't stand Kelly Oubre. He pisses me off the way he plays basketball sometimes. So, dude got to go. I don't even care about nothing else. He got to go. But I'm gonna start Tyler Hero. I mean, you got to start Tyler Hero, dude. It's ridiculous. And then I'll say Jordan Clarkson because, I mean, he is the 6th Man of the Year last year, dude. He's better than I ever thought he would be coming out of Mizzou. He found his niche, and he got the green light, and it's working so far. So I'm going to sit him.
Yeah,
Tyler Hero.
Sound like it hurts for you to admit that stuff, huh? Yeah. Well,
a little bit.
Lucky, I agree with you. Yeah, I agree with you, bro. Tyler Hero is the best out of all three. I'm starting him. I am sitting Jordan Clarkson. Like Jordan Clarkson just got a bag, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like he's a very helpful player. He's to me a little bit more consistent and more impactful when he plays well. Kelly Oubre, you don't know what Kelly you getting that night. So, like, I've seen him do some of the dumbest shit in the fucking world playing. And you just don't know what you gonna get from him that day. Like, for real, like, and he's nice, too. He got a good upside. Like, well, I ain't gonna say he nice, bro. He has flashes of him being really good. But I'm gonna cut him because he's a little too inconsistent if I gamble on him. Man, this boy done got
Yeah, he still hang tight. Let's keep going. Man, you ain't lying though. Kelly Oubre pissed me off so much. He be playing some dumb basketball.
Man, you heard me. How this man gonna say with D-Book, Chris Paul's the only reason he's winning, when Jayson Tatum had all those picks and everything for him to win, he still didn't win. And D-Book got one player and went further than him.
I mean, Jayson Tatum ain't never had a point guard though. Come on, man. They ain't never had a point guard the whole time he was there.
No, I'm saying
Danny
that's
all them
his,
picks and did nothing
that's
with
his,
them.
but the organization failed him, bro, because that's like they failed him.
Bro,
the little bums, they failed
what
him.
What if the Celtics went out instead of re-signing Marcus Smart, they went out and signed Lonzo Ball in the offseason? Then you had Lonzo Ball, Jaylen Brown, and Jayson Tatum. That team will look totally different.
Well, that shows you why I think Boston sucks as an organization.
All right. I've dropped out for a second. Internet connection on my end. We're back, though. So, Devion, I just want to make sure I'm getting your start sit cut with the 6 Man of the Year edition. Yeah, the same as Joe?
Yeah, same as Joe. Pretty much same reason. Kelly Oubre inconsistent. Jordan Clarkson is more valuable. It's
like a white man that come in and two black dudes talking, and you just gonna cut us off like that, huh?
I don't get to share my order.
I'm
back. No time to talk about
I'm back, y'all. Forget them. I'm back. Wait. Okay.
Right. I am back.
Boy, that's so funny, boy. Oh man, that's funny as hell.
Well, I just want to make sure that you were. I just want to make sure that you were both wrong. That's all I wanted to make. I just want to make sure that you guys were both wrong in your order. So obviously, you obviously got the first one right. Tyler Hero is the easy starter of the three. But I'm cutting Clarkson. I don't know if y'all been paying attention to Utah this year, but Clarkson ain't been the same Clarkson from last year. And Oubre has been dropping 30 pieces for the Hornets. So y'all say you don't like the way Oubre plays. I'm not mad at it because Oubre, he pisses me off too. But Jordan Clarkson plays the exact same way. He just shorter. So this year, I think Oubre doing a little better job. So he gets to sit. You know, Clarkson got to go. It's all good. But I am interested. What y'all were back to arguing about the Celtics. I mean,
yeah, man, I just can't stand him, bro. Yeah, because I said, how the fuck you gonna say D-Book only doing good because of Chris Paul? And I was like, Jayson Tatum got every pick known to man, and he couldn't do nothing with it. That's why I'm like, that organization sucked, and that's why he getting cut.
He sure acted like Kyrie Irving was not a Celtic with Jayson Tatum.
He ain't do nothing.
He was hurt.
They didn't go nowhere.
He played like 28 games.
That's what I'm saying. I don't get no fuck.
Okay, and then the next year, what happened? They did better the year without Kyrie Irving.
Yeah. Kyrie been hurt everywhere. He didn't win.
Kyrie didn't want to be there.
Don't matter.
Man, why didn't he want to be there?
Hey, Kyrie dressed up.
Maybe he didn't like playing with. Maybe he didn't want to be there because Jayson Tatum.
Boston is racist.
Maybe Jayson Tatum was.
No, because Boston is racist.
Well, that's true.
That's true.
That is.
That. But Kyrie been hurt everywhere he done been. He ain't wanted to stay nowhere he done been at, but they be winning. And he got a ring too, so hey.
Sure does. Hit one of the best shots ever in the finals history. That was. Love watching that man play basketball. I just wish he wouldn't talk sometimes, but it's all good.
Hey, way more clutch than Steph is. Just throwing that out there.
Yeah. Right.
I agree.
Hey, when it comes to clutch, Kyrie Irving's like the highest tier in terms of clutch shot making.
Him, Durant.
You mean LeBron James?
And LeBron. And it's not you mean instead of, it's and. But all right, let's end the show choosing love or choosing violence. Joe, I'll let you go first.
I just hate these niggas sometimes.
I'm choosing love. I'm choosing love for my boy, AB, Antonio Brown. You know, at the beginning of the basketball season, it was my boy Kyrie Dress Guy Irving. But now it's my boy AB. You know, he's standing up for the people. He said, I ain't going to be your slave. My ankle hurt. I got incentives to play, but y'all want me to play on a bad ankle. I ain't finna be your slave. I ain't got to play. And then they threw $200,000 at him saying he need mental health services. And he said, I don't have no mental problems. I'm suing y'all for defamation because y'all trying to make everybody think I'm crazy. I hope AB wins his lawsuit, get his money, and he showed the NFL he ain't they Negro. He's standing up. My boy AB, let's go. Ride or die.
Oh, that's one of the. Oh Lord, Joe, why do you keep trying to back people just making the most absurd comments?
Bro, he from Florida, bro. That's normal for them. Stop hating on them.
Yeah, exactly.
Antonio Brown is
Exactly.
like the definition of a Florida man.
Oh, yeah, bro. He's a Florida boy. This is normal, bro.
Facts.
He ain't crazy.
Facts.
He ain't crazy,
Facts.
bro. That's just he's
Hey,
from Florida.
I never
That's
seen
from the
somebody
streets.
complain about an injury, say he didn't want to play, but then be mad that he didn't get targets while he should, in his mind, shouldn't have been playing. Then leaves the field, jumping up and down on said injured ankle, and then
It's adrenaline.
just doesn't want to get surgery on the ankle that apparently needs surgery. So Antonio Brown, Antonio Brown, and then didn't he trash Ben when he left Pittsburgh? Like, wasn't that one of the things he was like? Which I'm cool with that. Ben, I think, is an asshole.
That happened.
Didn't he one of the things like I don't?
Yep, that happened.
And then 2 days ago he was like, "Congrats, legend, on a great career. Happy for you." Yes. Yeah. No. Yeah.
So he probably
the
is
love
an
affair
asshole.
for Big Ben right now is, yeah, exactly. Like the love affair for Big Ben right now is mind blowing to me. But
Yeah, I don't know why they like him so much.
Antonio Brown, that's a weird guy to champion right now, Joe. I'm not gonna lie. Devion, what are you doing?
I ain't mad at it. I like it.
White man telling me not to support a black man. Look at that.
Yeah. I might be crazy too. So shit, I like people like that too. So, but Isaiah Thomas, baby,
That's that east side.
my man's back. He making impacts. This boy got a legendary 4-point play with 2 players involved. Evan got fouled. A 3-point made. This boy is the GOAT. I'm just happy for IT, man. Especially when weak ass Boston played them. And that's why they suck now. Because ever since they played him, they ain't been the same since. Dumb bitch. And he came to their rivals, and we gonna be winning with him. So I like AIT. So anytime
you're gonna do what with him?
We're gonna win with him.
Oh, okay.
So
making sure I heard that right.
Yeah, you heard it right, bro. IT's the key. IT's the key. Nah, but for real though.
Okay.
Nah, but for real though, I'm happy for IT like anything. Yeah, I know. I told you that's why I like AB. But no, I like anything. Anytime anything happens good with IT, I think that is good because they really ain't giving him like a fresh shot at all ever. So anytime something good happens, I'm happy for bro. And he put it on for the 5'9" of the world, bro. 5'9" and below, he that's our champion. He's our king.
Happy for you. I'm happy that your king is back and succeeding. No, I love when IT gets his shot. He deserves it. All right, so you guys have been choosing all this love. That's cute. It's real adorable. Happy that you guys are in such a loving mood. I'm not. I am choosing fucking hate of the baseball writers of America. Fuck them. So I haven't been keeping track. So this week was the last year of eligibility for Barry Bonds, Roger Clemens, Sammy Sosa, and Curt Schilling, right? 4 of the greatest players to ever step foot on a baseball field. And I know we're a basketball podcast, but occasionally dabbles in football, but this one just pisses me off too much. So Barry Bonds, the all-time home runs leader. Obviously, we all know his accolades. Like, man was walked with the bases loaded, intentionally walked with the bases loaded because they'd rather give up 1 run than 2 or more, right? Like, that's how fucking dominant he was. Okay, so I've always thought it's stupid because baseball is a sport of cheating, right? Pitchers have been cheating the entire time. Like pine tar on bats. Like players have always been finding ways to fucking cheat in baseball, right? To get an edge. So now you're going to cherry pick this form of cheating, this iteration of cheating, and then bar all these players from the Hall of Fame, right? And it's steroids. like a lot of these guys never actually technically even failed tests, but we just know that like Barry Bonds, Sammy Sosa, McGuire all cheated. But we don't know that all the other people in their era, we don't know who did or did not cheat. So if you're going to allow some players to get in, you are basically like the writers are playing essentially God. Like they know for certain which players did and did not cheat, right? So I've always thought that was stupid. If you're not gonna let Bonds in, you can't let anybody from the era in. Anybody at all. No Ichiro, no Ken Griffey, no Pedro Martinez, none of these guys, because you can't tell. You don't know if those guys were clean or not. You're essentially rewarding cheating better. Like that's essentially what they ended up doing. So I already had a huge issue with all that. Then this year, they really they decided they were going to make themselves look even fucking worse. David Ortiz, who I like, and I think David Ortiz is a Hall of Famer. I want to say that very clearly. I think he's a Hall of Famer. David Ortiz failed a PED test in 2003. It was supposed to be a non-test. It's the same way they found out that Sammy was cheating because someone leaked the information. So basically now it's turned into you can cheat, but if I like you and you're a likable person, you can go into the Hall of Fame. And it's so stupid. So this is the Baseball Hall of Fame. The all-time hits leader is not in. The all-time home runs leader now is not in. The pitcher that has won the most Cy Youngs, which is the award for the best pitcher in the MLB, is not in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah,
they've barred all three of those. The only person in history to hit 60 home runs in a season 3 or more times, not in the Hall of Fame. What are we doing? It's a fucking museum of baseball. How are you barring all these amazing players from the Hall of Fame? Because you didn't like Barry Bonds? Because you could kind of be an asshole sometimes?
All good people.
But Ty Cobb's in there, who was a blatant fucking racist. What?
That's cool, though.
That's okay. That's apparently okay.
People love Ty Cobb.
Like Babe Ruth played in an MLB that didn't even allow black players to play. Right? Like
he had
black players couldn't even play in the MLB while some of these guys were getting inducted. But that wasn't like that.
I'm just saying, he may have had a little color in him. That's all I'm saying.
Oh god! I'm just saying that's as much of a performance enhancer as anything. I'm just saying when you bar an entire race from playing the sport, like that's in a sense making it easier to compete for the race that gets to play. Just like all these different things are all coming together. But no, these guys took a stand, so good for them being. And it's not all of them, obviously. Like Bonds got, I think, 66% of the vote.
Closer.
They need 75% to get in. And they'll have a chance on like a separate committee next year, but apparently that committee is even going to be harder for them to convince. So it just pisses me off. Like, these are the people that I grew up watching.
They are putting a committee.
The reason I like to watch
for those guys, like people who aren't on the ballot anymore because they missed their 10 years, they're putting up like
that committee has always existed. It's always that committee has always existed. But what I've read is that committee is going to be harsher. Like they're not going to be more lenient toward these guys. They're going to be
players in it though. It's not just writers.
In reality, they're still most likely not going to get in. I mean, yeah, but some of these players they're just as much of pieces of shit themselves. It's like, oh, well, in my era, we never would have done this, and I'm not going to allow them into this hall. Like, whatever. Fuck all of them. I hope you're right, Joe. I hope they get in because they deserve to be in. But yeah, fuck the baseball writers. Fuck them. They've made a joke of the Hall of Fame, and I hope somehow we get it rectified in the future. But good episode, fellas.
Yes, sir.
Good episode. Felt some juice in that one. Sorry for my technological problems, but
did you say juice?
We'll sign it off here. We will get this one uploaded here shortly. Yeah, some juice to it.
Okay.
No pun intended.
That's not what I heard. I'm sorry. Like, damn. He got real aggressive at the end.
I get it. All right. Connecting. Okay. All right, y'all. We'll see y'all next time.